Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Jake. I'm your Sunday video host once again. And this week's topic is coming out. For me, my experience with coming out as trans, it's actually a pretty funny story. I was 16 years old. I smoked a lot of pot at the time, so I'm high as hell, sitting in my room, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what's the T in LGBT? And I look it up and I read about it, and it's just like Jesus came down from the sky and kissed me on the cheek. It's fantastic. And that day I was just like, cool, I'm gonna start transitioning right now. And so I go to this place. It's called Lady Jane's. It's like haircuts for men. And I go there, and at the time, like I'm a girl, I'm wearing like woman's clothing. I obviously look like a woman. And I go in there, and everybody's staring at me like, what the fuck? And the girl at the desk is definitely giving me that like, what the fuck look. She was super defensive, like kind of mean. And I go up and I'm like, hey, I'm here to get a haircut. And she's like, we cut dudes' hair here. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm here to get a men's haircut. And then like all the girls just like stop, and they're like, what? And this one girl sitting to my left when I walk in, and she's just staring at me like in like awe, and she's like, I'll do it. And I'm like, sweet. And so this girl cuts off all my hair, and the entire time, of course, she's like, oh, it's so pretty, it's so pretty. And I'm like, cool, I don't fucking care, I'm a dude. And cuts off all my hair, and that was literally that. I went home, I started binding with an ace bandage for about a month until I got a real binder. By the way, get a binder. Do not use an ace bandage, they're awful for you. And I just started instantly dressing like a dude, and I just like go up to my friends, and I was like, hey guys, I'm a dude now. And they were like, awesome. Like they just all kind of knew, and they were like, sweet, it's you, it's the real you, like you're coming out, express yourself. And that was basically it for me. It was great. This was it was like August of my junior year, going in, no, my sophomore year of high school, going into my junior year. So I go to school in September, and I go in there, and everybody's like, what the fuck? I cut off all my hair, started wearing dude's clothes, all that stuff. And when I was younger, I was a tomboy, so people are kind of used to that. But I think it did throw a lot of people off, and a lot of people just thought I was like a super butchy lesbian. I wasn't very well at the time. Okay, so at the time, transgender wasn't like a big thing in the media like it is now. A lot of people didn't really know what transgender was. I barely even knew what it was. So, but I was like, I'm doing me. What? I don't give a shit. So it was really hard, and I was like a very timid person back then, so I wasn't really good at like staying my ground, and I was really sensitive, so I just didn't want my feelings to get hurt. But so I just didn't really like push it on people. I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm transgender. I just let people kind of push me around a little bit. And I just went that entire year with like a deep, dark depression. It was awful. But during the next summer, going into my senior year of high school, I kind of just like put my foot down, and I emailed the school board, and I told them about my situation, and then I demanded to use the not the boys, I'm sorry, the handicap bathroom, because I didn't feel safe using the men's bathroom, and I demanded that they call me Jake, all this stuff, and they actually they did it. They were really cool about it. They were really understanding, and they're like, yeah, whatever. I was the first transgender kid in my school. It was only a school of about 400 kids, so they were really cool and very accepting about it, and I'm actually really grateful for that. I still had my issues with the students, of course. A lot of them were like, would still call me Maggie, which is my birth name, or still call me she, and they slipped up a lot, but that is to be expected coming out. A lot of people will slip up because they've been used to be calling you your birth name or your birth pronouns for such a long time that it's just wired in their brain. They can't just turn it off like a switch. So just be patient with those people. For those of you who are in a situation like that, but it's kind of worse, and just the people are kind of worse, I'm very sorry. I've personally never had any kind of experience with that, so I don't really know how to go about it. I guess the best thing you can do is just really stand your ground and make your voice heard and be who you are, and don't let those kind of people bring you down, because ultimately this world is becoming much more of an open-minded, beautiful place, and I think it's their own fault or their own issues that they need to deal with, and they just need to learn how to get there on their own. I don't know, it's nothing about you, really. I think these people have just like a lot of hate in their hearts. So just don't take it straight to the core, because really at the end of the day, you know, you're just trying to be the best person that you're just trying to be yourself, you know. You're just literally just trying to live your life. So just don't let those people get to you. With that being said, yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, my senior year was pretty cool. I got my name changed a couple years after I graduated high school that year, and then I started testosterone a couple years later. I was having a really hard time finding a therapist, but I finally did, and I've been on testosterone for a couple years now. I've already mentioned a lot of this in my intro video, so. But yeah, that's basically it for me. I had a pretty easy ride coming out. I will say that. Nothing was difficult, just, I guess, gaining respect. But, you know, as long as you demand it and really put your fucking foot down, people will give you respect, and I promise you that. You are not an item to be pushed down. I am not an item. Nobody's an item to be pushed around. So just remember that when you're living day in, day out. Other than that, yeah, that's about it for me this week. I thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned for the rest of the week and all the other guys' videos on this channel. It's going to be great. And you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for tuning in.